Well, good evening, everyone. It's Ron Williams, your Chief Visionary Officer at Shoplys. And how happy are we tonight, man? This is going to be a very special Zoom, to say the least. In fact, I'm going to go on record as saying that this is going to be one of the most relevant Zooms we've ever had in terms of just where we're at and what we're about to share with you tonight. So what I'm going to tell you first is this. Take some time right now and text those people that you know need to be on here tonight, because if you're a guest, you have to bear with us tonight because this is really zipping up a lot of good stuff. We're going to wrap up the past in a beautiful conversation tonight with some beautiful new announcements to kind of round things off. I think you're going to be very happy when you hear it. So I would say this. Number one is this. Tonight's going to be a very special message. And a lot of people sometimes they get attached to what we did in our last company or this company or that company. I will say to you this. There are no two journeys that are identical. They're all different. Every journey is different. So because this journey is different than any other journey you may have been on, let it be. Embrace it. Ride it. Own it. Leverage it. All those things together. That's how you work a new journey like this one. I remember a company that I had for many years. We had to reinvent ourselves several times, a couple of times, I'll say that. And when we did, the revenue went up and up and up and up. And over time, we did roughly about $1 billion in revenue. As a collective company. And I remember watching you, Rod. I remember watching the company you went down the street. That company was kind of at a slower point, and you got there and redefined and refined things and added things and learned things and put it into action where it just took off. And I love that. And I know that our partner Nick, same thing, man. He was in the company that he was with. That company, I remember watching them redefine it and have it take off. So, folks. There's no really two journeys that are identical, so just embrace the journey at hand and just make it yours. Make it your journey, okay? So again, I'm going to remind everybody to go onto the chat. In this case, I believe it's a Q&A, and state who you are and where you're from, if you'd like. See if I can pull it up here. Okay, we have Scott from Hawaii. Tanya, I know Tanya very well from Belgium. Victoria. They're in New Mexico or Mexico. Martin from Tennessee. We got Curacao. Curacao. Thank you very much. I can never say that. Curacao. Craig Schultz is on from Melbourne, Australia. Welcome, Craig. Good to always have you here with us. Joyce is here from Ohio. Tito, Tennessee. Tito from Tennessee. Michigan. British Columbia, Mary. Denise is in Texas.
From everywhere.
Nancy, they're in Colorado. Chris in Indonesia. Hey, Chris, good to see you, buddy. Susan from Australia. Ronnie and Monica from Appleton, Texas. Leanne from Santa Cruz. That just keeps going, folks. Thanks for doing this. We love when you guys type and you say some things. That's how we charge our calls. This is not a do me company. We all contribute. In this case, the way you contribute tonight is by being active on your chat, being active in the Q&A, asking questions, making comments, cheering on the speaker. But we feel very blessed to be in the driver's seat of this beautiful, beautiful company with you. And I'll tell you what, this has been an interesting journey for us all to learn. It was bigger than all of us, for sure. It still is bigger than all of us, so none of us get in the way. But this company is focused on the things that unite people, not divide us. And I love the idea of what we're about to do. And you're going to hear firsthand tonight from our president, Mr. Nick Saracone. But before we hear from him, we have our CEO on tonight, and he's a busy, busy guy. I'll tell you what, to get his time, and he's a smart guy. He's very understated. I love that about him. He's very smart. He makes logical decisions, but yet it's very insightful when he does it. He's a great communicator. He empowers us to do our job. We love that. And with that, Rod Larson, I'm so happy to have you here. Was I correct when you went to that company a while ago and you just had to redefine it and just redo it from the ground up, man?
We did. And, that's not atypical in our industry, right, Ron? A lot of times the companies have little challenges here and there for various reasons. And we'll talk just a second about the facets of a healthy company, right? And what it takes to be something that's just healthy and then also something that's required to be explosive. So first off, Ron, I just want to say thank you for your kind words. I'll echo them back to you. I enjoy having you be a part of our team. It's fun because, I'll have a viewpoint, Nick will have a viewpoint, Jorge will have a viewpoint, Stacy will have a viewpoint, and then Ron will have a viewpoint. And sometimes, Ron, your viewpoints are out here and a little bit esoteric, but I'll be darned if they don't resonate with people and they understand that it comes from the heart, right? It comes from the heart and it comes from your 3+ decades of being in this industry in all levels and doing everything from running it to emptying the garbage to going out and build teams. So I want to thank you for your time and
Gotcha.
and for the experience that you bring to the table and add to our team. So I get a quick chance, folks, to say hi to you tonight. It's always my privilege to do it. A lot of times I'm welcoming, and we decided to switch it up a little bit today and have Ron do that. I want to share with you just a tiny bit of vision, maybe a little bit of a CEO type message if you can. And Ron, you sort of started it off really well. It does take a certain types of strengths and aspects and facets of the business in our direct selling network marketing business that we've been in our 25, 30 years each to build a company and sustain a company successfully. And I'm going to go through a list of 2 or 3 of those things. Of course, the team, tech, timing, compensation, leadership, vision, these are all required to have a very successful company, whether that starts out successful and explodes, or you take a look at it and say, what is missing? You find it, make sure you have those ingredients that are required in the recipe to really succeed. And then it's instant. It's instant almost. When you have the ingredients, when they're properly put together and the emphasis is there and the quality is maintained, then you can explode. But it requires all of it. I'm very confident in our team. Just the folks whose names you see on the screen right here, including Craig, our guest that will be on with us tonight. I'm guessing that we have more than 110 or so years of experience in the industry. So that's incredible. If you add all of the corporate members, wherever they are, it's going to be close to 150 or more.
Calling me old?
No. It's going to be close to 150 years or more of experience, I'm guessing, and that's really remarkable. And I'm not even talking about adding Terry's experience into it. I'm just talking about the corporate team that manages and runs what we do and is driving this with you. And so the team is quality. Team is quality. With us together, we've had enjoyed the success and working with people around the world to the extent way past $10 billion of sales and success. Don't say that to impress, other than to influence your mind, to give you a tiny bit of peace to know that this is a weird, wild, wacky world that we live in, and throw that into the network marketing space, and it requires some unique abilities. And we have that. And that's really terrific. Very comfortable in the shoes that we wear. So I'm checking the box. The team is great. The tech is great now. I feel really, really solid about the tech. You know, my background is in technology. My master's degree is in technology commercialization. I've been fortunate to lead teams around the world and companies many times in my career. I realize what it takes in terms of tech, not just the attribution tech and the software, right? But it requires also a really incredible website, and in this day and age, very, very forward-thinking website technology, and also some proprietary edge. If you can get that, it really helps you maintain a disciplined advantage over anyone else in the industry. And you've heard now in the most recent weeks when we've had these calls about the proprietary technology, about our technology partners, the way we feel about our attribution engine partner, and of course, most recently, the announcement of our complete integration with Shopify on the Shopify rails. We're very, very excited about all of that. So I'm going to check the box on the team and the tech now. And so from there going forward, I think about timing, right? Timing is very critical. When you look at our industry, we've talked about this really for the entire year that we've been going during the beta phase 1 and 2. We've talked about timing and how, sometimes your timing is on the bleeding edge, the cutting edge, the leading edge, the bleeding edge, right? Well, we've been on that. We know what it takes to do something as innovative as the vision shared with me and with Nick, and eventually also with you, Ron, by our partner, Terry. And when Terry LaCour shared that with us, it was a brand new vision, something that had really not been done in the extent and manner we're working towards doing it. So that requires a little bit of a learning curve, which we've gone through together with you, each of you here on the Zoom tonight. So the timing is great. We know that the growth and the increasing of influencing and affiliate sales and the need for a much more precise manner for that. In the early days of influencing and affiliate sales, it was a little bit like a gold rush. If you had a few people and you were socially capable and you were able to carry a good conversation and put meaningful, desirable content out there, you could grow yourself into an influencer at some level. And now that is requiring much, much deeper and higher technology and skill sets and abilities. So the timing for us to be jumping into it after the initial learning curve and before the really growth of tech, where with our specialties, we can really accent that and grow on that, really puts us in a really great position. So team check, tech check, timing check. Tonight, you're going to hear about compensation, about how the income comes into you. And that all has to be really well synced up. And in fact, the more we've reflected on it, the more we find not only is our compensation or our rewards plan really syncing up now and developing into what we think will be the best and most exciting in the world. I think we're cutting some new paths here. There's some new strategies here and some new technology, but some new process, some new thinking that I think will be revolutionary in the industry. We've heard about things called binaries and two steps and two ups and Australian two ups and unilevels and everything. But we've built a unique type of flexible plan that has some very strong unilevel capacities and types behind it, but I don't think that adequately describes it. So I'm going to call it a flexi level. I don't know what to call it other than that for tonight. For tonight, I'm just going to call it a flexi level plan. We've got some amazing flexibility built in that Nick is going to go through, some vision that we've got for how to really structure it and drive those things that are human nature behaviors that really, once you line them all up and sync them all up, it really adds a huge opportunity for success. So I'm here telling you that I love what we're doing. I love the team. I love our company, Shoplys. I'm excited about our future together because it's partnered with each of you. And I'll remind you before I pass off to my partner, Nick Sarnicola, our president, that in just a few weeks, even 10 days, I guess it is, 10 days or so, not more than a few weeks, we're going to be meeting together in Miami. And each of you, please make a commitment to be there and make a commitment to bring a guest. It will be something that changes your life. I'm not saying that out of hype. I'm saying that out of 25, 30 years of experience, having done turnarounds and startups in our industry and other industries for the bulk of my career, and I'm absolutely confident in what we now have laid before us. So with that, I'm gonna introduce to you our president, Nick Sarnicola. Nick and I have known each other. We've competed against each other. He was much more successful at that competition than I was, but we both enjoyed great success, knew of each other. And when Terry told me, "Do you know Nick?" I said, "Well, I know of Nick, and we've run shoulder to shoulder for a number of years, decade even, or decade plus." He said, "How'd you like to work with him?" I said, "Of course, absolutely." And so that kindred spirit relationship has been going now for the better part of a year, year and a half, and I love it. And I'm going to pass the call off to you, brother. Run with it.
Thank you, buddy. And I just got a question. You mad at me tonight?
No, sir. Why? Am I stern? Did I call you
I
old?
just feel like you set me up for failure here, considering I'm not supposed to show the comp plan. Now everyone's gonna be mad at me, and they're gonna be so hurt.
Oh,
So guys, we did sneak preview parts of the comp plan to a very select few
okay.
earlier. The rest of you guys who are micro influencer 1 and above, we're gonna show you next Monday.
There we go.
Everybody else has got to wait till the 19th. However, Rod he's on track where we're going to show you one big piece of the model and how it drives the whole comp plan. And I think you guys are starting to sense from everybody, we're here, it's time. The vision of, let's see, it's probably been 2 years ago that Terry came up with the idea. It's been a year and a half since, a little less than a year and a half that he told Rod. It's been a year and a half since he told me. So a year and 9 months since Rod's been aboard. It's still the idea of a Shoplys marketplace, decentralized commerce, store owners, team builders, influencers, customers, worldwide, working together, taking the power back from Walmart, Alibaba, Facebook ads. Guys, it's not a secret that 13 of the richest 35 people in the world are all tied to 5 companies: Walmart, Facebook, Alibaba, Google, and Amazon. And if we went to the top 100 wealthy, it'd probably be 20, 25 people. So they have dominated and monopolized commerce. Our idea is perfectly timed, as Rod shared. But you also know it's the biggest, most difficult creation in the history of the direct sales industry. It's not 5 products in one brand in one country and then add another country, add another country. That's easy. We've all done that. Super easy. It's one marketplace of thousands of brands and tens of thousands of products in 150 countries and 100 different languages, different currencies, different Forex exchanges, different shipping, different paperwork for legal, different blah, 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 blah. So we knew it would be difficult. It turned out that it was way more difficult than we thought, not just from a tech perspective. People think that the early struggles were tech-based. It was technology, legal, and compliance. The tech was slow. Then, once it was ready for the marketplace, it took us forever to get the process running to collect legal documents because we were the merchant processor. And then trying to do it across many languages, nearly impossible. And then the third part was because it was our merchant processor, compliance had to look at every update, every video, and it was too difficult. So we found a partner. And 3.0, we wanted it to come out in May. We're several months behind. That's no secret. We probably have annoyed some people, frustrated some people, made some people quit, lost some people. But the real ones are here not because they wanted to make a quick buck, but they saw the vision that we said in 3 years, we will beat the fastest company Groupon ever to $1 billion. We're not even at 1 year yet. We under-delivered from a vendor perspective out of the gates. We couldn't get them in fast enough. I see you, Ron. I'm gonna kick to you. We couldn't get them in fast enough. We couldn't get them onboarded. We couldn't get it going, and we under-delivered. But the vision is still the greatest vision of solving 3 problems. Ron, hit me.
Agreed. Greatest vision I've ever seen in our profession, actually, or part of our profession. But before you got on, I was telling them that, look, there are no 2 company journeys that are alike. They're all very different. So don't compare us to your last company, your last journey, whatever. Embrace the journey we're on. So we don't have to, because look, we probably will not always be apologizing like you've been so kind in doing right now, but we will crawl on glass to recognize great leadership. And tonight we're doing that. So don't even.
Brother, July 19th, when we begin the new run, apologies are over.
Amen.
For sure, like we're running. So transitioning the thought here, it's the best idea out there because we solve all the problems for vendors, influencers, and networkers. Because these collective issues are not easily solved by one company, one brand, 3 countries. So what have most networkers done? Well, most networkers over the last 3 years, everybody, because they want to build a global company of some sort, they join a crypto scam or a Forex software or the next travel deal. And that's always been what leaders have done the last 3 years, because not because they're bad people or they don't do good research. It's simply because we want to build something global. And Shoplys is that thing. So 3.0, quick recap, and then we'll make some new announcements tonight. First of all, the timeline. I'm doing this reverse order because you guys, sometimes I lose you guys at the end. Right now until July 19th, you should be doing everything in your power to find one person of influence, somebody that can lead people, can move people, can influence people to join us in Miami. We are now at 32 RSVPs, which means we're almost halfway to cap. And that's before I start reaching out to everybody I know in Miami. So 75 is the cap. We're halfway there. If you're a strategic person right now, you should say, okay, I can't be there. Even if you can't, who do you know that's a 3-hour drive? Or who do you know that's a $200 flight? Let's go. August 1st, we're going to release an invitation tool. We're going to shut off enrollment. You'll be able to still buy and refer products through password protected website, but we're going to shut off enrollment and we're going to go to the invitation tool. We're all going to start inviting like crazy for September. September, we're going to enroll. Late September, we're going to bring on the new vendors. And then mid-October, we're going to launch the new marketplace. That's a recap from last week and the week before and the week before. So I'm not going through all the details because it's a recap. But what is important is the next step. Proximity is power. Guys, if we do a 5-hour Zoom, you're not going to watch a 5-hour Zoom. And if you do, you're not going to be totally attentive and engaged. And if you are, how are you going to get other people of influence to watch that? You plus your 2 top people in Miami, we got 40 spots left. Because you want to go crazy with those invites so your team pops in September. Then we're all going to take our tokens, go get the vendors, and then mid-October, we're all going to have access to 1,000, maybe 1,500 vendors, depending on how many we all get in September. Here's the Miami event. Go ahead and hit this with your phone real quick. The link to the Miami event is also inside of the Telegram thread. You can go there, just hit RSVP. It's got the hotels, the times, the locations. Friday night is optional, but we're going to do a reception at my penthouse in downtown Miami. All right, what are we rolling out? 3.0 has 6 big buckets. New licenses. We're going to talk about one of those new licenses tonight. New license costs, benefits, what you get inside the license, all kinds of different unique things. In fact, we're launching 2 brand new licenses as well. What else? Come on, click. These are the old ones. All right, number 2, incentive plan. We just went through the incentive plan with our top diamonds, the ones that were able to make it. It's hot. It is absolutely sexy. I think out of all the things we're bringing to the table, the incentive plan is probably my second or third favorite of the 50 enhancements, the 6 buckets. This is probably my second favorite. Number 4, this is my favorite. Let me tell you why. We went from a vendor experience of onboarding that took anywhere from 6 weeks, finally to 1 week at the fastest. Sending paperwork back and forth, hundreds of emails, searching for IDs and passports and not understanding the language barriers. Very difficult. Sending contracts and people like, I didn't get it. The new vendor experience for smart vendors with just a couple products, 10 minutes. For more complicated vendors that also are going to participate in our affiliate bundle campaign, maybe it takes an hour. But the vendor experience, guys, is what stopped our growth to a screeching halt last September. Once the website was up and working, even though it was late, let's say a month and a half of real functionality, we couldn't get vendors in because of legal and compliance. That has nothing to do with tech. Now we don't have to worry about any of that because it falls on another company, and one that's way bigger than we are, and one you already heard the announcement on, but we'll go there in a second. New marketplace. Hey, let's be real. Because our original tech partners had never really succeeded in building a marketplace before, it was all new to them. The look and feel, the functionality, the speed, the sexiness, it wasn't great. But I can tell you right now, our tech partners who work every day with 100 clients that are some of the greatest and the biggest in the Shopify ecosystem, who are building out our app and our marketplace. I just went through with our execs today for a couple hours, the wireframes of how this whole thing is going to be built out. You will not worry at all about whether or not you feel good about sharing the new marketplace. We're also redoing the whole look and feel of Shoplys Partners. So think about this. Yes, it was supposed to come in May. It didn't come in May, 3.0. It's because we decided to redo everything. We're redoing the marketplace. We're redoing the vendor experience. We're redoing Shoplys Partners. We're redoing the enhancement plan. We're redoing the licenses. And we're doing it with a full integration to Shopify. For those of you guys that were not on last week, Shopify has 5 million storefronts that are active. It has a couple million more that are inactive. 175 countries. It doesn't mean that we'll immediately be in those. It's translated in 20 countries, and their stores are. Every 28 seconds, a new entrepreneur makes a sale on Shopify, aka their vendors. It's 10% of US commerce, e-commerce in 2023, e-commerce. Their merchants have generated $1 trillion in revenue, and they've grown for 8 straight quarters, 25% or more. So why is that important? Why is their growth important? You're like, okay, well, why do we care about their growth? That's good for them. That means they're adding more stores, more revenue, more stores. So when they go get deeper into more countries, they get more successful in more countries, all of those stores become target stores for us. Because the future model for us is we finish our app, the Shoplys app. That Shoplys app will sit on Shopify's app store. Any vendor worldwide for Shopify can download our app, go through our onboarding, and start selling literally within an hour. Guys, I think I'm looking at the names. None of you guys are new. You've all been here. You guys saw the excitement out of the gates 10 months ago. I think, God willing, if all the tech works out of the gates, I think we put in a couple thousand vendors easily by January 1st. Especially when you guys find out that we're going to make it really cost effective for vendors for the first 90 days. We haven't launched this yet. So Rod, do you mind if I kind of tease what a vendor? I was going to talk about licenses anyway, so I'm going to tease it. We're going to allow our existing vendors are going to import over. They're good to go. Existing vendors won't even pay a subscription until January of next year. New vendors, when they join us in September, $1 license, no subscription for 90 days. We're essentially saying, download our app for $1, try us out for 90 days, let us show you what we can do. Guys, how many vendors can we all go get if we have, the opportunity of just a download, simple integration, no cost? I think you guys get it. Don't forget, tomorrow we're going to do a Zoom for our existing vendors about everything they need to know. I'm not going through all that right now, but we'll do that tomorrow. Here's the final piece of our rollout. Now, I just realized that there's one slide I want to show. So, Stacy, can I get a verbal from you? Actually, I'm going to pause for a moment while we get these last slides ready for today's big announcement. I'm going to bring on my partner here, Craig. Craig has been so instrumental behind the scenes. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's nobody besides Stacy I talk to as much in a week as Craig. We probably spend 3-4 hours on a phone. He's given ideas, feedback. I'll tell you, because I haven't met all of you, of our top leaders, Craig is the most mainstream with a brand, with a podcast, former professional athlete. He's the closest to the fire of what's going on with influencers, etc. And he's also a top networker. So he understands both sides, and it's been such a joy, Craig, going back and forth with you. So before we go to the last part, take it away on all the things I talked about so far.
Yeah, Nick, thanks for the intro. And look, I just think, as I said to people when I first started this journey and having my initial conversations August last year, that, you know, this is the best idea out there without any question. The biggest question is, can we pull it off? It's never been done before. So, but I always sort of, I guess, vision casted that it would be, you know, a 3 to 5 year build out to become, you know, the true vision where you get 100 vendors in 100 countries and be a global marketplace. Now, the good fortune for us is this integration with Shopify. It'll literally fast track the whole concept. You know, just, I guess, we can do what we do well and become a marketing company, a voice for sharing the story, and we leverage the tech of a company that specializes in tech, which is Shopify, and being integrated within their ecosystem. It will allow us to get our 100 vendors in 100 countries very quickly, and you know, and then, you know, our offering to the masses will be incredible. You know, customers coming on board, affiliates being able to go out and do their work that they want to do, not worrying about when's the next vendor coming on board. And for the big thinkers, the networkers, you know, we now have a product that will go pound for pound with the best marketplace business models in the world. I'm sure Nick will probably share some of those multi-billion-dollar companies that just do one single element of what we do. So we really are creating that shopping revolution that I originally went out to share with the market. So I'm super excited. The integration component, which will allow us to do what we do best and go out and share the story, will allow us to fulfill every other part of, I guess, of the factory line of bringing in customers, vendors, influencer pros, and uniting everything together. So I'll just hand it back to you, Nick.
Thank you, brother. Hey, Stacy, you don't have to pull up any slides, but I'm also going to bring you on as one of our top female builders who's been with us front end and behind the scenes. You've been, obviously, because you help out on so much of the stuff, really privy to a lot of information. You saw the new comp plan now twice. What's your gut on what's happening right now?
It's hard to not get hypey, and it's hard to not oversell when I see the things that everyone has always said they've wanted, right? So when you're talking with the team and the people that have come on, or people that even looked at the company, and it's like, these are their wish lists. These are the things that they want. This is what they would think make the company successful. When you start to see those things happen and you start to see them become potentially attainable with the direction that we're going, it's really hard to not get so wrapped up and excited in that and oversell where we're going, because we're starting to see that culmination point of all the hard work and all the mistakes that you've learned from, all the things that corporate has gone through to get to this point, and all that we hoped this would be on that first launch are coming true now. And it's so exciting to see that. And I just can't wait for everybody to be on the other side of, this 3.0 launch and go, okay, I can't wait to see what comes next, because all the things that we wanted now started to come true.
And then some.
That's exciting.
Everything we wanted and then some. Should we show them some new cool stuff, or Ron, do you want to go ahead?
Can I just add one thing
Yeah,
in there,
go.
Nick?
Go.
Last week I was family holiday and just going for walks along coastlines and so on. I just picked up my phone and just started calling people and just sharing about the Shopify integration and the model. And I probably did 25 calls over 2 days. And, some of those calls went for an hour long. It was 100% of people said, when this goes live, I'm ready to roll. So I think that part alone brings people confidence and belief in what we're doing. And I tested it last week, and that was some were new people that had never joined, some were people that I had to have conversations with to give them an update, but it was received 100% of everyone I had a call with was really, really excited about what we have. So I'm just going to extrapolate that out into this August 1st invite tool. I'm pretty excited about what that could look like.
I was going to say too, thank you, Craig, by the way. I was going to say also that this compensation, to Stacy's point, is tailored to us, to who we are and what we're doing, what our objectives are. And I love that because, the first plan we wrote, we weren't sure. We didn't know what we didn't know, obviously. But I'll tell you what, this one is very tailored to the behaviors, to the results, to who we are as an identity, to take care of the beginners, the intermediates, and the leaders all together. And I love that. So whenever you get a comp plan like that, that's tailored to who we are, I'm going to go on record as saying that actually. It's beautiful.
Thank you, brother. So guys, I want to remind you of this because sometimes when we talk about new stuff, people think that everything else is off the table or going away or we're not doing that anymore, right? So unless I say to you guys, hey, we're no longer doing blank, it's on top of, not instead of. So we 1000% will be getting customers through influencers, creators, and actually probably even resellers now, more information later, of small to medium brands onto our platform, Shoply. That's not changing. That's 100% staying the same, okay? However, what I'm going to show you next is how the user type is going to be heavily rewarded and how we're going to completely change our customer positioning. We're not changing our sales process. Some of you guys don't think you're influencers, but if you ever transact a customer that you met on Facebook or anything else, that's social media influencing. That's what it is. If you made a transaction, excuse me, that's what social commerce is. If you've ever made a post and then you called them and took money, texted them, took money, met with them, took a credit card, but you made a post, guys, that's social commerce. But you can do everything offline. You can do everything in person, but we're not going away from this. But watch how we're about to change our customer positioning. So we really learned a lot in the last year. And in the last year, we realized that we're a little bit of a whole bunch of companies, but really 3 buckets that I'm going to share with you in a moment. And we believe, based on the research we've done for the last couple months, that we can become immediately the most lucrative membership rewards program for customers globally, starting at 3.0. We believe that wholeheartedly. Stacy, you good with the slide? Thank you. Now, we won't be the biggest out of the gates, but we will be the most lucrative out of the gates. And here's how we're going to do this. Obviously, we're going to get the vendors. Actually, obviously, it's the influencer pros. It's all of you who are building teams, getting affiliates, getting vendors, etc. You're going to be the people that build these teams that eventually you're getting customers and they're getting customers. I need a verbal from you, Stacey, on if you're frozen or what we're doing here.
Yeah, I'm good. I just didn't know when you wanted me to start
Yeah, about 3 or 4 minutes ago when I already said everything on the slide already.
it. Gotcha. Here you go. This one?
Yes. So You just hear me say it 3 times, like slowly. The most lucrative.
I was trying. I didn't want to ruin it, so I was trying to time
Yeah,
it.
no, I'm like, oh, the most lucrative. Okay, so right now we have customers. Guys, you may not know this, but legally, everyone that has, as a part of our company, that has a guest all the way to Influencer Pro, they're actually called a member. So we're going to change the name customer to a rewards member. But we're going to launch out of the gates in September. Well, I guess it would be October 15th when the marketplace goes live. So October 15th is when this matters. We're going to launch a rewards plus customer member. Here's the distinction. A rewards member, a regular customer, no license, no subscription, they're just buying. In April 26th, we're going to actually add specific rewards for those customers. But out of the gates, it's just there's not going to be actual rewards for a standard customer. They're just buying stuff they like, right? So it's not like that's a bad thing. It's just like, no, there's no rewards. You just buy what you like. However, a rewards plus member, we're going to give them a $1 license. And if they pay a $7 subscription, we're going to shift the direct bonus that that people were making to sell a customer. I'm going to show you. I'll show you with my pen here. Right now, if you go get a customer, you make the direct bonus. What we're going to do to rock the marketplace is if you refer a rewards plus customer, they're going to get a rebate equivalent to the direct bonus. You're going to get your override in the marketplace commissions. Now, if you don't want to give up your direct bonus, then just sign them up as a customer. No big deal. But if you're understanding what I'm saying, and you're like, wait a second, are you telling me that everyone can buy for themselves and they can get the equivalent of direct bonuses as rebates back? They're going to buy everything and they're going to stay a very long time. And I'm just going to take my first level override of the 10%. Now, these rebates are non-taxable because we are classifying the purchase as a cash rebate on the purchase. So there will be non-taxable on these. Guess what? These rebates, when you buy from yourself, how many of you plan on buying from yourself? Probably everybody. When you buy from yourself, you too will receive the cash rebate, not a commission, not a direct bonus. It's the same amount, and it will not be taxable when you buy from yourself as well. So let me ask you a question. How many people do you know that don't want to build a business, they don't want to be an affiliate, but would love the most lucrative global cash rewards ever? So guys, this wouldn't work in our prior 1.0, 2.0 model because we couldn't get the vendors in fast enough. This time, we're going to go get all of the vendors before we go live. And then we're going to have toothpaste, and we're going to have shampoo, and we're going to have toilet paper. We're going to have essentials. And all of these customers can join for $1, buy all their essentials every month from themselves, and get seriously lucrative cashback rewards. This is huge shift in our model. Because if you're a team builder, do you guys have somewhere in your team 1,000 people that say, I'm just going to buy for myself? What does your residual income look like? Let's go to the next slide. So we realize that we're positioned in between 3 different business models: a cashback rewards model, a membership-based model, and also network marketing. So recently, we've been pulling all the data from the top cashback models, membership-based models, and network marketing models, since we're right here in the middle. Now, I want to tell you guys candidly and openly, I'm going to show you a chart that I don't feel comfortable saying to the public that all these check marks are 100% accurate to a T. You guys will probably find one that's off because we're sifting through all these companies trying to gather the data. But what I will tell you is all these companies are worth billions of dollars. Check this out. Oh, I'm sorry. Here's one example. We have pages and pages, of data of all of our competitors that we're starting to compile. And we're trying to figure out everything of how we position against them in all these different categories, right? So I'm going to show you just a little checkbox here of the top 9 competitors, 3 for each bucket, and how we stack. Okay, check this out. These are the 3 biggest cashback rewards companies in the world, best I can tell. Rakuten, Ibotta, Citibank, cashback rewards. Question: in the chat box or Q&A box, can you tell me if you use any of those 3? Amazon is a membership company with Amazon Prime, Costco, Sam's Club. 3 largest MLMs that compare to us, not the 3 largest in the world, but that compare to us with membership awards: Amway, Melaleuca, Market America. Okay, and in the box, tell me which one you use. So I'm going to go through, guys, the upside and the downside of these compared to us. Okay, cashback rewards companies. Rakuten, Ibotta, Citibank. Here's their these companies. Rakuten is a $15 billion company, $12 billion company. Do you know what the maximum cash rewards for like a random product or store? 15%, 20%, 5%, if they're lucky. Look at the average. 3 to 6, 2 to 3, 1 to 2. Guys, our cashback rewards is the direct bonus. 20%, 15%, 25%, whatever the vendor is willing to pay in direct bonus, it's going to be massive. It's going to be huge. Now, I think these right here, Stacy, this is for when you buy from yourself as a promoter, I think. That's not customer.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's like this. So they actually have to become a promoter to get those cashback rewards. That's a whole different bucket.
Right.
So let me come back to this one.
Internal consumption, I guess, was kind of the mind
fair.
frame of that.
So that to pay the fee to become a promoter to then to have internal consumption.
Right.
If they did that, they would make whatever, 10, 15, 20%. And usually it's a discount. Okay, let's go back to here for a second. I'm going to pull this off. I'm going to show you why in a second. Okay. Let me stay here for a moment with the cashback rewards companies. They do not offer bulk discounts. X. They do not offer free shipping. They do offer great variety, and some of them do let you refer other customers to get some points or some cash. Let's go to membership companies. Amazon, I don't think does cashback rewards. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I'm not sure about these two. But they do huge bulk discounts. These guys do not do free shipping, but they offer huge variety. Okay, thank you, Carl. That helps. So yes, you can get a cashback reward on Costco. But what's the problem with a Costco and a Sam's Club? You have to go physically show up. Amazon, obviously, their biggest thing is the free shipping. That's the victory right there. Like Amazon, cheap price, free shipping. Cheap price, free shipping. MLM companies for a customer, you might be able to get some bulk discounting. I doubt they do free shipping. I don't think Amway does free shipping. I don't know. I haven't looked yet. Obviously, guys, I said, like, we rushed to get this little checkbox out to you guys. What's the problem with these cashback companies? The percentage is too low. Can we beat 1% to 6% on average? Yeah, we're going to double, triple, and quadruple it. What's the problem with Costco Sam's Club membership? You have to be there in person to pick it up and buy it. You're not going to get any massive cashback rewards. You might be able to get a little bit. You're just playing for the discount. Let's look at Amway, Melaleuca, Market America. You can get money, not as a customer, but if you sign up as a promoter, yes, you can get money. And you're going to make 10 to 20 on your purchases, 2 to 10, 15 to 20 as an actual promoter of their company. A customer isn't going to get those rewards. So you must sign up as a distributor, right? Well, what's the problem with this? Listen to what I'm going to say closely. Amway's the biggest network marketing company in the world. They're still $8 billion. What do they promote? Buy from yourself, buy from yourself. What's the problem? It's only one product. Excuse me, it's only one brand. There's no variety. If you don't like that type of toothpaste from Amway, from Melaleuca, you don't buy it. So there's no variety at all. So what is it that we're doing, guys? It's so different. Let's pull this down for a second. Pull down the iStore and let's talk emotionally. We're going to be a cashback rewards company that is the most lucrative that any rewards company's ever seen, that's big, that I can see. That also you don't have to leave your house to go get. That also you can refer, you can become an affiliate and make money all the other ways. That also you can build a team. That also you can bring vendors if you want to upgrade. But here's the key for the customer, the Rewards Plus member. Or actually the business model. If I'm in Melaleuca and I don't like the shampoo brand, I just go to another brand. If I'm in Amway and I don't like the toothpaste brand of Amway, I don't like the way it tastes, I just go to another brand. What are we doing? We're bringing in competitive vendors, 10 different toothpaste, 10 different shampoos, 10 different hair gels of local companies to each country. So if I'm in Australia and Amway comes there, I have to be sold on these new American products. What if I want to buy Australian products and get 10% cash back? What if I want to buy in Singapore? Let me use a bigger country in terms of size. In UK, what if I don't want to buy American products? What if I want to buy products from the UK and get 15% cash back? What if I want 15 different options of shampoo? So guys, I'm talking about essentials right now, but the essentials are one part of the business. We're going to sell everything. Sunglasses, chargers, supplements, bottled water, we'll sell everything. But we are localizing it to each country so that when a customer who wants to get cash back and they want to buy from themselves, every single month, they just want to buy from themselves, you're going to have a residual customer coming back month after month after month, replacing their essentials because of the cash back is so good, and buying one-off things that they like this supplement or, these drops or whatever other vendors we have there. So I want to summarize this and get away from the slides and go summary. Here's what is about to happen, especially with the tariffs as well. Local vendors. When the app comes out, the simplicity and the cost of the app, $1, speed, simplicity. We can go grab thousands of vendors A month later, the marketplace goes live. We go get as many customer rewards, rewards plus members as we can, who see, holy cow, for $1 down, I can cancel in a month if I want to. But if it works, I'm going to keep paying $7. For $1 down, I can get 10, 15, 20% back, cash back on brands, product categories, and products that I recognize local to my marketplace, and also new, fun, sexy, and edgy products that are launching in my country. What is your income going to look like as a team builder when you've got your affiliates getting customers and your whole team buying from themselves and your whole team getting customer rewards members who are all buying from themselves and also buying all the one-off products that they want because the cashback rewards are bigger than any competitor? I'm going to shut up, kick it to anyone else that wants to hop in, because I'm so fired up about this I can't even sleep.
Yeah, I'll jump in, Nick. Look, I think I guess the central piece to all this is the tech and being able to piggyback off the back end of our integration and being in the ecosystem of the Shopify ecosystem. And when you put the slide up with the 5 million brands, just with 1,000 people that see the vision through the invite tool, bringing on one vendor each, you start to see how quick we could populate our marketplace. And if you can populate the marketplace at speed with the vendors that people will start shopping from themselves. And we already know we're going to have potentially 200 vendors that we did it the hard way in 7 months to get those 200 vendors on board. So imagine if they all got a $1 trial and a click of the button, come across, you'll be making sales in an hour. That's the central piece to make this whole, I guess, domino effect just roll through. So, if you joined Shopley with the vision to be a part of a shopping revolution, and I always say, I don't want to operate in an ecosystem of the MLM only ecosystem anymore, where it's like, I can only talk to the same people because the same people are only interested in MLM. I want to be talking to the masses. And I think this whole paradigm shift of customer is a way that we can talk to the masses. I've already been testing it out on my local family friends and said, if you've never joined any of the 2 companies that have been in the last 20 years, but what if we come out with a concept like this? And people really resonating with it. So I see myself not only on launch going for the influencer pros to grow the business, but I really see a massive play of having for every influencer pro 10 customer pros or rewards pro or whatever they were. So you then can fulfill the sales on the vendors, so I could just see it all fitting together perfectly.
I love it. Guys, I see the questions coming in. I'm going to answer all of them after these guys speak. I see some great ones, so hang in there for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, really briefly, you guys, the landscape that our financial world is in right now, you want to find companies that are somewhat financially stable for people to continue purchasing, right? So if you have luxury items and that's what you're built around, those things will fall off fast. If you're a company that's built off disposable income products, those are the things that people cut when their pockets get lean. That's the first thing that goes. When you can find a company that is now going to be able to supplement all everyday items and give us a better savings, that's a stable income. That's not going to change because every single month, my household of boys uses all the toilet paper in the house. Every single month, I'm going to Amazon to buy dog food. Every single month, all these things, they don't change, they don't go away. And so if I can save money somewhere as the buyer of the household, I'm going to go there. I'm going to do those things, whether it's giving me rewards, whether it's giving me cash back. And now you've structured that within and nested it in the model of a MLM company that you can monetize. and you're going to get the income from that. As a leader, that's just a no-brainer. You're taking the mainstream world, all of the normal spending that we do, and putting it into a place where it's going to scale, and it's going to scale big. And that is incredibly exciting to be a part of. And I hope that you guys are seeing that vision as well.
Amen. Thank you, Stacy. I also see it this way that, well, first of all, the toilet paper, I think that's very interesting. We're going to sell a lot of fiber then too with it, so we can sell more. I'm kidding, more toilet paper. But anyhow, you can wipe away debt. But on a serious note, I hear Shoplys, coupled with the integration of Shopify, tripled with the integration of essential products on a daily basis at a discount, right, to your doorstep, with a compensation plan that's intuitive, that's just flowing exactly with who and what we are. I just see it hard for anybody to say no to any of that. I mean, if they say no to this, they're going to say yes to that. Who's not going to be a customer? So think about it, folks. How many yeses are we going to get now? It's going to be fun.
Ron, you just triggered. It's like, guys, our presentation just completely changed. Our presentation used to say, hey, this is a business. We're looking for business people who want to make money. The presentation now is for everybody. It opens up and it says, hey, we're the most lucrative awards program on the planet, localized to each country. It's $1, $7 a month, and you can get cashback rewards. Here's an example. Boom, 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 boom. You can get anywhere from 5% to 30%, depending what the vendor's willing to give you on products you already know, recognize who's in. Great. If you want to get other customers, you're an affiliate. That's $9 a month. If you want to actually do X, Y, and Z, that's this or this. So it changes, y'all, the entire beginning of the presentation. Okay, I'm going to walk through some of these really quickly, these questions. Maria, I'm going to come back to yours in a second because I got a deeper explanation there. Anonymous says, no more affiliate or influencer subscriptions. That's completely inaccurate. As I shared with you guys, when I say something new, it doesn't take away anything else. It's on top of, not instead of. So yes, affiliates, influencers, pros, it's all still there. We'll tell you guys on the 19th, maybe next week, we'll tell you guys maybe some of the new licenses and outside of just the one we talked about tonight. Sandra, so going forward, the vendors we've been waiting to get started, do we send them through Shopify or get them through Shoplys? So Sandra, we have shut off onboarding for vendors because it no longer makes sense for the vendor. We're going to keep our marketplace live behind password until the new one launches. The old one will stay live. But any vendor that you guys want for the future who is not on Shopify will have to be on Shopify in the future to come over to our platform. That's the only way for us to get the benefits of speed of Shopify. Couple more questions. If we bring a vendor, yes, we haven't rolled out the new comp plan yet, Tess, but yes, you will get paid income to bring a new vendor. How long would the pricing stay competitive, Keith? We don't set prices for products. We don't own the products. It's not up to us to set the products prices. All we do is bring the vendors. Tess says, will we have free shipping? Guys, we don't ship anything. So if a vendor wants to give free shipping, they can give free shipping. However, in order to compete against Amazon, if I can get free shipping, which is $10, or I can get $14 cash back from buying it from here, this is our way of going against the free shipping model. I think this is, so I said I wanted to leave this one for last because this is a big one. The biggest competitor for people 45 and up, I'm one of them, I'm 46. The biggest competitor for people 45 and up is Amazon. I know this sounds strange, and I know it's not, what I'm saying is a generalization, it's not finite. People in the millennials and Generation Z do not price shop the way Gen X and boomers do. If they did, guys, there would be no such thing as social commerce, a $1 trillion industry. So this is important. Why does somebody buy from an influencer? Because that influencer says, thank you so much, Susie. Oh my God, you're my best friend. The picture of your kids is beautiful. Your daughter's so cute. Buy from me. And that woman buys from that other woman $1 trillion a year because of their online relationship. That woman will give that first woman an extra $5. So the evil empire of Amazon doesn't have to get it. This is how a 30-year-old social media person thinks. If you're 55, you're like, discounts, discounts, discounts. So a rewards plus subscription is your way to say, hey, you can't get free shipping because we're not the vendor, but we can get you so much cash back that the free shipping doesn't matter, or at least equals out to each other. That's a huge, huge, huge way for us to go to battle with Amazon. Craig, it looks like you're going to jump in. Go ahead.
Yeah, look at, and in regards to the price setting, I'm subscribed to dozens of e-commerce stores, email marketing, and they're forever doing 25% discounts, buy one, get one free, etc., etc. So as an influencer pro, not just the customer rewards, but as an influencer pro, you work with your vendor to help run a promo. So last month I had my vendor Rebel Line. I noticed that they did a buy one, get one free. So I reached out to the owners and said, would you extend that on to the Shoplys platform? And we created some content around that. I put it out on my social media. And through that 21-day promotion, I helped them sell 10 $300 product packs. And that was just me. And I went back to them and said, just imagine us having thousands and thousands and thousands of people doing what we just did. So it's really important as an influencer pro that's building a business that you work with your vendor to help with pricing and promotions and collaborate together. Don't just sit there and wait for them.
You know, and I'll probably get slapped for saying this. This isn't going to come out in September, October, but in our future iterations, our affiliates and our influencers, you guys will also have a way to be able to transfer rewards or coupon discounts to a new customer. So, for example, Craig is an influencer pro. The direct bonus on a product is $25 for a $100 product. Craig can immediately say to the customer, hey, I'll give you $10 right now. I'll transfer it over to you as a coupon. And Craig's direct bonus would drop by $10, or his wallet would drop by $10. And he knows he's just given a little bit of his direct bonus to a customer to buy now. So you guys will have tools as well to defend against, really it's only one company because of their free shipping. But guys, when you look at what we're doing now, customer rewards models are not new. They're not even sexy. But there's no company in the world who's doing what we're going to do, the highest rewards, globally, localized vendors, variety, online, the whole thing. There's companies that do one part of it. Oh, well, Amway does this. Well, no, Amway's only got one brand, Amway. Oh, well, Costco does this. Well, no, Costco doesn't give you like 20% cash back. Well, Rakuten does this. Rakuten's averaging 4% cash back. So guys, think about how we're positioning this. This is the future. Ironically, the name of our company is Shoplys. So we're putting the customer first. It's going to be a revolution. We got lots of time to talk through the details. The new model for customer rewards doesn't go live until the marketplace go live in October. But I need you to start thinking about, oh, wait a second. I need to go build a killer team so that I can go have as many of that team buying essentials and getting customers. I'm going to close with this and then answer the question. So anybody that wants to jump off can jump off. My closing thought is this. It's not enough just to stay in the game. It's a misnomer. People are like, just stay in the game and you're going to make it. It's not true. You have to stay in the game and take action so you're getting better. There's one person of influence that each of you know who would hop on a plane tomorrow for Shoplys 3.0 if they knew they could be the key leader of Shoplys 3.0 in their marketplace. If they knew that they could make 10, 20, 30 grand a month, they would hop on a plane tomorrow to go meet me in Miami. So think about it like this. If I called you and said, hey, who's the most influential person you know? I want to meet them. I've done billions in sales. I'm a decamillionaire, and I want to talk to them about a new opportunity. They might say yes, they might say no. And by the way, if you bring them to me, I'll incentivize you for doing it. Guys, that's all I'm saying. Bring them to me. Bring them to me. If you need help to get them to Miami, contact your diamond and let's do a call. Let's do a Zoom. Because sitting here and waiting for everything to come out, it's not the worst thing in the world, but I learned from my mentor, John C. Maxwell. I had a private meeting with him, and he told me a story about, I think it was Jackie Joyner Kersey. I don't know if you guys remember her. She's the fastest woman in the world at the time, a gold medalist. And at the time, John was probably 65, 68, a little overweight. And he said he walked up to Jackie and said, I can beat you in a race, 100 meters, 10 out of 10 times. And she was like, who is this? What? Like, she's like, no, he's like, I can beat you 10 out of 10 times. It's like, all right, old man, you're crazy. He goes, all I need to do is start at the 90th meter. So John believes starting first and getting the head start, it's hard to beat the person who has the 90-meter head start on a 100-meter race. You guys started, you built, you believed, you paused as you should have, but now we're taking our 3-year vision and collapsing it down to 1 year, 13 months. It's pretty good. Not to mention, we already have a roadmap for Shoplys 4.0 and 5.0. So I'm grateful for all of you guys. And whether you guys just want to ride it out and watch for a little while, right now, what I personally need is I need some people to raise their hand and go to work with me. So if that's you, find your way to your diamond, find your way to one of your leaders, get on the phone with me, let's talk, and let's make a plan for you ASAP. Okay, Craig, you got something to share? Otherwise, I'm gonna go through the questions. Okay, thank you. All right, will vendors be able to have customer customized products? Denise, a vendor sets up a Shopify store and they do whatever they would normally do, and then it just comes over to us. So I'm not sure if that answers your question. I saw a great question, Mike Glass. I hope you're still on. You mentioned the future, a vendor must go to Shopify before going to Shoplys. Do they pay another fee to Shoplys? I think he means Shopify, blah, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So let's create a distinction here. Shopify is a place you build a website. It's a place that you get merchant processing. They don't do sales or marketing for you. So anybody who's setting up a Shopify store is using a technology platform to build their website, to list their products, to get the best tools and integrations of shopping carts and wallets, such as Apple Pay and Shop Pay. So you vendors or merchants use Shopify for a set of tools that we don't provide. So in today's Shoplys 2.0, Craig, the vendor you mentioned a moment ago, I'm looking for the box. Help me again. Help me the name.
Rebel Lion. Here we go.
Yeah. Rebel Lion. I just got to say Rebellion. Rebel Lion. Before they set up their Shoplys store, did they already have a website?
I had a Shopify store.
So they had a website.
Yeah.
Were they paying their monthly fees for their website?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to. Were they paying the merchant fees for their transactions on their website?
Mm.
Yes, they have to. And then they also worked with us to market and transact. Shopify is technology and processing. We are marketing and conversion. Two different companies that do two different things. So I hope that answers the question, Mike. Manisha, if you have a question, love, just throw it into the Q&A. Natalie, can a salon purchase my line? Natalie, it's up to you. You just have to put up a Shopify store, and we're going to talk about this tomorrow. If you're a vendor, guys, we're going to talk to you tomorrow. It's up to you. Just build a Shopify store, list the price however you want. We import it over. Okay, Sandra, great question. Should we go encourage vendors to join Shopify right now? Sorry, I just answered that. The answer is yes, Sandra. However, in the future, we will actually have an affiliate link to Shopify, but I think the revenue generated there would be so small that I'm comfortable telling you guys, if you want a head start, just go have them set up a store now. Mike, thank you, brother. I believe in you, man. Okay, Mike Glass, thank you for your honesty. So, I hope, so Mike, you actually just told me that my future presentations need to explain Shopify better. So thank you, Mike. Nick, can we do a call with my Hollywood promoter? He wanted to chat with you. Victoria, can you respond back with who your upline leadership is? Anybody else have any other questions? Oh, I see some. James. What did you mean by $84 with cash? Oh, so Tito asked the question. He said, I pay $60 for my Costco membership. And I said, yeah, so ours will be $84 a year with unlimited cash rewards. So when you think about that, you might make 500 back, but you spent 84. Sean Nickens, what is the soonest that we can see the comp plan? July 19th in Miami. We're rolling out everything, guys, on the 19th. Deep dive, deep rollout. Any other questions? Well, gang, grateful for you as always. Craig, thank you for hanging in there with me. This is going to be an absolute monster. Okay, Victoria, I understand. Victoria, can you send me a Instagram message? Do you have Instagram? If not, send me a Facebook message and we'll connect. Oh, we got one more question. Will we promote the products the same? Just that. Got it, Victoria. Just there will be more ease of the process, yes. Latika, no, we're going to promote the products the exact same. We're just going to have a way bigger store, a way bigger marketplace, way sexier marketplace, better user-friendly, all of it. Everything will be better.
Just one
Tito,
thing.
you never have to ask, buddy. We do it every single time, but I got you.
Just one thing, Nick. People are on here that may be dormant, people that are on here that want it to work but haven't believed it worked. I'll give you an idea of what I've done and what I'm doing in July. I'm calling every person that bought into the vision of Shopley to say the challenges that are presented, much to us unknowing, have been solved with Shopify. And so the vision, you can move forward with comfort that we're using $100+ billion company's tech, and we're going to be, through the blessing of probably the challenges, we now will have an integration within their ecosystem. So that's fast-tracked the original vision by 5 years. So I'm not writing off all the people that joined and quit. I'm giving them the respect of sharing with them that the vision will now roll out the way that we originally wanted it to, but probably better and quicker and faster. And at the same time, I'm ringing all the leaders that said no to me to start with, and I'm talking to them and say, you get a second chance, but this time you get to test the proven model because we've done the beta process. We will be rolling outside of beta. And I'm just saying, as of August, we will have a invite tool for you to be able to go and start your team. Maybe your timing's changed. So I'm going out with the posture of, we're not going to be in beta like a tech company anymore. We're leveraging the speciality of Shopify. I'm going back to every single person that's sitting on the sidelines, quit, had a disappointment, to show the respect to them. But I'm prospecting now to say the invite tool will go live in August. So make sure you're on these calls to find out what's going on, because what we're going to be doing is super exciting. So make sure that you pay the respects to the people that you've spoken to in the past, and that's all
For
I'll
sure.
say in the lead up to that.
Now, this is on top of what Craig said. Your mindset has to be this. I can't assume that everyone that's on pause or sleeping or disconnected isn't going to like the new stuff. I have to show them. But you cannot bet your success on people who have checked out. You better be prepared to find a whole new group of people. And there's an old saying, it's better to give birth, or easier to give birth, than it is to raise the dead. So I plan to do both. It's going to take a lot of those, what do you call those, the paddles? Clear, clear, clear. But I plan on giving birth to a lot of amazing new people with you and through you. Coral just gave me a really cool idea here. She said, I get cash back on my MasterCard from Costco. Well, check this out. Take your credit card you get the rewards from, link it to your Shoplys ordering, and you're going to get double cash back on every order. One from your credit card and one from your direct bonuses that will now be rebates. Okay, team, I got another call on the other side of the world. Thank you so much. We'll talk next Monday with more releases. Bye, everyone.